Is it working at all now? Can you hear me okay now at all? This is just me being really last minute live. Just let me know if you're able to hear anything. My audio is showing that there's audio coming through. I'm just unsure if there is actual audio feeding through at the end, just because I'm using a different setup. It'd be great to have feedback. It's good. Good now? Is it good? Are we sure? Okay, perfect. Right. I think I need to quickly go on this and change to that. Just double check. Yeah, there we go. Sounds good. Yeah, that's just me being stupid. In OBS, I turned off the sound like a fucking twat as usual. All right. I mean, the hot weather's nearly over. I just thought I'd do a quick live. There's no rugby on today. There's no rugby tomorrow or Wednesday either, so I might end up doing lives tomorrow and Wednesday. Why not, I say. Quickly just show what I'm going to be drinking. If I don't tilt it and look like I'm on the piss at this stage. This is a lager from Czechia, so Czech Republic to most people. It's Kutná Horská. So this is brewed in Kutná Hora. And it's a year old. I bought this a year ago, so probably not that great. That's how quick I'm getting around to drinking stuff. So this is a year-old beer, a year-old lager. Lager's not normally the best at keeping a year, but let's see. So I'm just going to pour this out on cam. And let's see. It looks like it's held up well on the bottle, as you would expect anyways. Most stuff will held up well. And it's been kept away from light, although that is a fucking head and a half, isn't it? But that's all the beer in there. So that's a perfect head and a half for me. Well, hey, 500 ml into a pint glass, all good. I'm just going to chuck that up there for the moment. Right, there we go. So I hope everyone's okay. I said I haven't done one of these in ages. I might as well be honest, already been down the pub earlier today, but that was about 2 o'clock. So that's like 6 hours ago, plenty of hours ago. Just been busy since then. So Kutná Hora, or Kutná Horská, I should say, because I think that's the name of the brewery. So originally, I think the story with this is that the brewery was, I'm trying to get it so it picks up on my camera there, yeah. The brewery was bought out by Heineken, and they practically closed it down. They stopped brewing there, and then one of the local people ended up, I don't know if he raised funds, but maybe just had the money, and he ended up buying it out and buying out the brewery, not Heineken, from what they had, and recreating a load of beers and brewing in the old place. And I actually went to the brewery. Taproom wasn't open, sadly, and picked up these beers there. But it's the proper old school brewery that you'd imagine, anyways, with the huge sort of towers that they had and all the different areas and levels. You know, it's not like you're just in a garage. It's massive because of what they were doing production-wise. I don't know why they've still got a huge site at that stage. I mean, it's preserving the brewery, but all good nonetheless, I would say. Right, let's get in and have a taste of it. You can see, look how clear that is. You can see, wow, head through that. That is lovely amber color, nice and clear. It's what I'm expecting. I'm getting that sort of very, very sweet malt that you would expect for the sort of I'm gonna say Eastern European style that they tend to do. So I'm gonna class Czechia as Eastern European. Location-wise, yeah, I would sort of say they're on the boundary. Very sweet. Let's have a taste. Not as sweet in the taste as I was expecting based off the nose, but that's acceptable. I'm not a huge fan of the overly sweet ones at that stage. Yeah, that's actually a decent one. So I'm going to have a quick look at their website because I don't think I can read anything that's on the back. There's no English on that. Number 10. So number 10 itself, this is their bronze light lager. So it says fresh and easy drinking that's ideal for all occasions. Nicely balanced bitterness and full body make it a drink when it comes to quench thirsts. And wow, they sell that in quite a lot of varieties. It's interesting actually mention the hops, but obviously it's the lager, it's the normal size hop that you expect, and then the malt that they use as well. So it's a light Pilsner lager. Yeah, I'll go for that. Looks decent. I've actually got 5 of their beers, so I've got 10 here, 11. I think there's 2 12s and a 14. I'm not sure what the difference is actually between the 2 12s. No, just had a look on the website. Now no difference. One's dry hopped. That'll be an interesting one. And actually, I never checked what the ABVs were. So this is 4.9. 5.7. Yeah, 5.7 seems the highest. So 4.9 is the standard one that they sort of produce, and that's what this is. And I can sort of now understand the word bronze. I'm assuming that sort of means bronze there. If the camera focuses, yeah, probably means bronze. Oh, well, I hope everyone's been okay. I'm hoping my audio is now working properly. Actually, I know everyone's saying yes. How far did I walk to get that beer? I didn't walk very far. So last August, actually, so this is now 13 months since I bought it. Not the best. And actually, looking, it says when it was brewed on the back. I just got a train out from Prague. So I've been Prague a few times, and it's a small city. So it's not a massive city. So I ended up going out to Kuttenhora and seeing there's a brewery there. Well, why not? Why not is always the answer at that stage. Go to a new city, see what breweries are there. I think I'm supposed to be going York next week. I've been York a few times. I mean, quite a few times. But I'm tempted. I know it sounds completely silly. I've looked on a website where you can split your train tickets to get it cheaper, and it's not really much cheaper. It's like saving £3, so I'm not really concerned. But I could split my ticket and get off at Doncaster, and it would actually give me like an hour and a half in Doncaster. And I'm thinking I might do that. Get off at Doncaster, go to there's like an ale pub on the platform. I know that it's been closed every time I've gone by previously, but I'm tempted to potentially get off at Doncaster and check out a few of the places there, and then get back on and go to York. But let's keep that in mind. Not sure if I will do that. I'm going to admit right up, I've been very lazy the past 10 days. It must be 10 days. So I've done quite a few uploads over the August bank holiday. I got the uploads just about on YouTube in time for the Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. So 4-part, a little travel around Europe. I do have some more videos to upload, still all from March when I've done all of this. This is how long it's taken me to get around to edit it. It's just me. But I've got the final 4 parts, the final 4 episodes of stuff that I've got. Yeah, I'm working on it. I was working on it on Friday and then I sort of gave up. Or Thursday, actually. Thursday. I didn't do anything Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And today, yeah, didn't feel like it either. But I'm aiming to work on it the rest of this week and then hopefully get the videos out next week. So do a like Tuesday, Thursday, dub release for each of the final parts to end September. I know people may not be interested in those ones. They're slightly different. They're like beer related, travel related. The next 4 are UK based, they're not Europe based. I've also gone and I have recorded some other stuff as well. So I've recorded a few other videos of ideas that I've had in mind. I don't know if I actually put them together and do them. I mean, I've recorded the footage. I'll check it and see. I don't know. It's always the case. You record things and go, do I want to put it up? I'm not sure. There we go. Right. I mean, this is a live without any plan. No, no plan at all at this stage. Oh, do you know what? I had an idea. Yeah, I had an idea for York. If I'm going Doncaster, what I potentially will do is I'll record something like probably grab a beer at King's Cross beforehand, grab a beer up in Doncaster or two, and then grab something in York and do something on that vlog wise. But I also had another idea. I was tempted to try the beer escalator challenge in York. The only problem I've got there is I've not been York enough times to. I know certain pubs, I know how to get to them, but there's no way like in London where I know my way round. I can skip it. I can avoid something going by the side roads. There's no way to do that. It'll be interesting, but I don't think it will stretch as many as 13 pubs, which I think I've got in London. So I might try that. I might try it. I enjoyed the challenges, but I mean, I've done them in January and March, and the original idea is to sort of put them out in May. I had a few other ideas that stuff that I wanted to do. I spoke to people about them actually. Some of them would require additional people to join in, and I think they're great ideas in theory. It's just putting it together, and then obviously I'm editing everything, so it's having to all that footage from multiple cameras and multiple mics, having to record, put it all together. That's what just puts me off at that stage. Hey, man, I'm good. I'm good. Why has that done that? Don't know why it says that way. Your your name is appearing too long. It's not showing a message. I don't know who this dude is. Who is this dude? Who is this dude? God, I want to put my phone on bloody charge. Oi, oi, yeah. I messaged you early, anyways. You know, I was at the pub. I messaged you that earlier. Yeah. I was just saying, I've got York. I potentially, after that, see if I can pop down your way. Just sort out what I've got to do. I didn't get the fest box. I didn't get the fest box at all. I said to you, see, normally the boxes they do, I really love, and I've got to admit this, I always love their Belgian beer box they normally do, which is the 6 Belgian beers. And I know they're more on the higher ABV, is it Golden Drac and the ones they do like that. I normally love them. And I think they're amazing value, even though if you look through the years, it's gone up I think it's gone up like £6 from what it was. But I mean, prices change, but it's still amazing value. I just wasn't sure on the box. I seen it and I just wasn't too sure. And then I've sort of like with little beers now, I wait for people to say what they think. And it's just, I know you said, what was it, 4 of the 8 you thought were good, 3 were average, and then 1 was bad. It's just, I've seen other things online and I'm just not sure really. I've just, yeah, for me, I've just decided, now I'll leave that. I mean, it was, what was it, 250? No, was it £2 a bottle or 250 a bottle? Roughly worked out for the little ones. I think it was 250 a bottle, wasn't it? Yeah, and they're not like little home brands, are they? They're actual beers that are made by brewers, not disguised as little home branded ones. But yeah, just I've taken a burn so many times with Lidl and Aldi stuff that I just now even actually I'll turn around and say all supermarket stuff. Asda. I think I said this when I met you. With like the Asda and Morrison's beers and even Tesco, I sort of wait and see what people say. Might as well, because if you're paying, I know the supermarket's cheaper. If you're paying 3.50, 4.50 for a can, and it's not great from the supermarket, it's like, is that actually anywhere near the price they put it? And I'd rather just wait for people to turn around and go, "Yay, it's good," or "No, it's shite." And a lot of time, most of them are like in the middle, saying, "Oh, it's a bit average," and then I turn around and go, "Am I going to spend that much for an average beer?" I'd rather try something from maybe Drop Project nearby. Drop Project's quite decent. I had one of theirs earlier today. That was really good. So Drop Project is one of my local breweries, one of our local breweries, Mark. Is it? For me, probably. I'm trying to work out, is it the closest? I think it's probably maybe. For you, I don't know if that's your closest. Probably is, actually, for you. But for me, I'm not too sure. It might be. Yeah, I think, as the crow flies, not, but yeah. Sorry, getting distracted talking. As you can tell, I feel really hot still, even though the weather's dropped. I mean, temperature's dropped and everything. I don't know what's going on with the chats. It's coming through slow to me. I know the chat message isn't appearing fully there. Sorry. So what made me start uploading again? Was it the dreaded burnout? I just was busy with work, actually, to be fair, at that stage. So I recorded stuff, and my original aim was to get that all uploaded in April, May time and record our stuff. Never got round to it. Really didn't. Oh, 200 meters. I mean, I don't really judge distance. I think I could do a 200 without getting winded. I think. I mean, niece against my nephews, not nieces, against my nephews. Yeah, I'm running distances. I'm trying to think of up near my parents, the park that I sprint across with them. That's definitely over 200, and I don't think I'm winded at the end of it. I like to think not. I don't know why this chat message thing, every time I click on it, is going really weird for me. You're enjoying it, okay? I didn't realize okay, you're enjoying it. I've not heard amazing things. I mean, but you and Mark are probably closer, and I probably should trust your opinion, but they're probably sold out by now, aren't they? Yeah, just decided to alive. All right, Adam. Yeah, I'm good. The traveling man. Too posh to go into Lidl. Fuck off. I go to Lidl all the time and check out the beers in there. Lidl, the one near me was closed for about 3 months for refurb. So 3 months closure. I think I did go into the one in Sutton a few times, but it's only just if the bus wasn't coming at that stage, I'll pop in and check, but otherwise wouldn't get out of my way. But now the one near me's reopened, I do pop in. It's easy to get to. So I'll check it and see what they got going on, but nothing really gets my attention on the beer roll anymore. How putting up the comments? I'm using yeah, I'll explain another time, but it's just not working because I can't, for some reason. I'm supposed to alt and drag out, but I just cannot drag that out. I can make the comment bigger, look, but I just can't resize it for people that are large as yourself for that stage, Steve. Yeah, so was it 10? I thought there was only 8 in there. Why did I think there was only 8? 10. It is a bit of a pricey demand for 10. No offense. I mean, it looks a good price, but it is also a bit pricey for 10. As I said before, like you got Bruiser that you could get. Well, they've had offers at times where you've managed to get 10 of the it'd be 8 of the sort of pint can beers plus a glass plus delivery for 30 quid, and that's craft brewery rather than this. So yeah, I guess. Oh, not bad, not bad. Well, I said, like, I think Drop Project, I think I'm gonna say that they one of the closest to me, one of the closest. And I'm gonna sort of give up.
CVmaker.uk. Whether you're just getting started in your career or taking on a new challenge, nothing says ready for success like a.
So I'll load the messages when they load, but it's just not loading for me. Yeah, so you like 4 of them, 250, a lot. Every time I click on it, it just does something really weird. I don't know why it does that. Well, okay, I could check that and see, but yeah. Favorite capital I had a drink in? Oh, what was my favorite capital I didn't have a drink in? Because I didn't have a drink in a few. Oh, Ljubljana. Ljubljana. Only because um, it was the brewery. Got a tour around. Lay was great. I had a few more drinks after. Just had a chat with her. Really easy. It was decent and enjoyed the beers there. Yeah, I can't. I hate the messages aren't showing properly. Anyways, I don't care. They're not showing. Oh, I can't believe it. I asked the guy. I said this. I asked the guy for I turned around and these two fuckers were recording it, and I thought, oh, everyone's always getting their cameras out, and I thought actually, I should see if they got anything. And there's a bit more of a story to it actually. One of the guys that did get the recording, I sat down and he showed me it. I said it was the one where you could just see my. I still have my hoodie up 'cause it's halfway just relaxing, and you could just see me in my grey jumper between them, splitting them up, and so sort of missed the fight action. The other guy, I went to ask him, I couldn't find him. I was like, "Where's he gone?" He was sat opposite me, and then the bus hit the motorway, and then he came out of the toilet. I was like, "Oh, he's just in the toilet. That's fine." And I sort of asked him, and he was more interested in asking me, "Have the guard or the police gone?" I was like, "Yeah." He goes, "'Cause I've got a warrant out for my arrest." I was like, "What the fuck?" So he hadn't turned up for a court appearance, and he was supposedly avoiding them. He said because he would have to spend the next few days in jail, whereas if he hands himself in the Monday, he would be able to just pay the release fee because they're open. I was like, oh god, who am I getting on coaches with? But yeah, he didn't get to record anything at all. Oh, I supposedly am not World Cup though. But yeah, the next 2 years I should be. I should be. I think I should be going to US next year, but where and when I don't know. The missus wants to go see. She's got cousins out in New York. I definitely do want to pop out. If I'm there, I want to make the most of it. So ideally, I want to try and fly into Boston rather than going to New York. And then if I can fly out somewhere else, you know, I'll try and do that. It is probably me at this stage on the system. So what I'm relying upon right now, I really should have done it on my other computer down here. It's on the um, audio from my phone, which I'm using here for this. I do apologise. I'm going through sort of. I've got Droid Cam, and Droid Cam is sending out via Wi-Fi, and I'm using OBS to pick it up. That's all it is at this stage, and it is probably I've just got the settings wrong. I'm just moving the camera around there. So I do apologise. I will talk up a bit, but I really do apologise. Sorry about that. It's well, the bus stop for me is just outside Lidl, so I'm good with that. I could just pop into the bus stop just outside, and I'm done. Yeah. Hey, there's no import charge for Arbor. Okay. Hi Ron. Hi Thomas. Did I get taken on Ireland? No idea. Yeah, it's quiet. Do you know what I'll do? I could change it. Yeah, so I said like Mersey, I'm using Droid Cam. I've got it installed on my phone. I think I've just not set up my phone correctly for the audio. I could set up audio separately, and actually, I potentially could take a break and set up that audio if I get my mic down. So what I'll do is I'm going to be annoying, and I'm going to quickly go and run up and get the other mic and then set it up quickly. Be a sec.
just want to see, is that better for everyone? I'll wait to see quickly if people are confirming if they can hear me okay with this. Yeah, is that sounding better, the mic? Yeah, so all I've done is got my mic. I've just been using the mic on my phone, which is over there, and I think it's probably muffled because of how I've set it all up. So I hope that's slightly better. Can you have barbecues in Central Park? Can you? I've not heard of that, but I'll take that. I am now deaf. You've got volume boost on. Too loud now. Okay, do you know what? If it's too loud, because that's there, I'll drop it down like that. How's that? How's that? I've dropped it to 50%. I don't want to, make everyone deaf at this stage. It's better for sure. There we go. Okay, there we go. There we go. That's all that matters. If you can hear me, I said turn the volume down on that 50%. If I need to adjust it, I'll put it up. I was just hoping the mic on the phone would be good when it's coming through via Wi-Fi, but obviously it's not picking up correctly. I said I haven't done a live in ages. No, did I turn it down too much? Oh, I don't know. I'm just gonna fiddle about with it, as they say. You can tell me if that's sort of okay where I am. I mean, the volume level, when I'm looking at it, I'm trying to stay within the green. So I don't want to go over the top of that stage. Yeah, New York is a lot. I was a bit annoyed last time I was out in New York. I only got to go to Brooklyn. I was, what's that? Probably 10 meters away from it, where my hotel was. That's why I went there. I did mean to go to a few others. I just didn't get around to it because family stuff. But I do want to this time. But that's why I want to try and go probably Boston first. Make my way via train to New York. Doing that route, I could potentially stop somewhere else, make my way, and then sort of done. Needs 5 files first. We'll joke about being too loud. All right then. Okay. Cheers, mate. Oh dear. This isn't well planned. Still quiet. Still quiet. How's it still quiet? I think you're taking the piss now. Touch quiet. Oh my god. I'm watching the decibels on this. I don't want to drop it down too much. All right, I'll leave it as that. Well, yeah, but Brooklyn Brewery is not quite Brooklyn. I know it's in the borough of Brooklyn. It's not quite Brooklyn. It's in... Oh, what's that bridge across called? Shit. Green? No, it's not Green something. What's the bridge called across in the area? That's where they're based. So you've got Brooklyn, the main area that people know, over one side. I'm actually just going on Google Maps now because... Williamsburg. There you go. They're based in Williamsburg, which has had a bit of a... I was thinking of Greenpoint. Had a bit of a... not a revitalization, but it's sort of come back in a sense, and it's quite nice. Yeah, Williamsburg. Yeah, but Williamsburg is a decent location. I mean, it's gone a bit trendy. It has gone a bit trendy. One place there I was told to go was Peter Pan Donuts. They were donuts that were freshly made each day. But I mean, there's many places you can get that. They're actually in Rockefeller Center. See, a lot of the ones I was looking at, there were towards Long Island City area, and also in Greenpoint. There were some breweries there that I wanted to get to. Red Hook. That's fine. Well, I'll tell you something. Been New York, never seen Empire State Building, never been to Central Park. How depressing is that? I mean, I've been to Statue of Liberty. I've been to Wall Street and all the rest. Just never been to the other touristy areas. What a shame. Just how the trips have planned out. I've had a certain amount of my time and a certain amount of family time on the other side. So I definitely want to see more. But I want to go to a few more breweries definitely as well. I've been live half an hour and I've only had like one beer. How bad's that? So obviously that's what I'm drinking, which is the Kutner Bronze 10, 4.2. I thought that was the higher ABV one. What I'm going to do is I'm going to run a long way round rather than open that. I'm going to grab the next one, which is an 11. Not percent, number 11. 3-4 times. I think I've had them once. The Pie Minster pies. I know there's a pub in London that sort of advertise, oh, we sell Pie Minster pies. Yeah, they're okay. I would turn around and go, give me like one of the fancy ones from Sainsbury's or Waitrose, and that would do. No worries, man. It was good to... I sort of messaged earlier because yesterday you had said, and I thought I'd reach out. Yeah, people say that. But you've never been. So he's telling you to go there and you've never been. Disgraceful. Disgraceful. Right, I'm going to leave you lot be while I quickly run round in my shorts. So that is the next one. Had 10, on to the 11, which I'm going to guess if that says bronze, this is going to say silver. I may not speak Czech, but I'm guessing that is silver. It's gotta be. I will check that in a moment, just confirm. Am I reading Czech? Probably. That was going to be very noisy. Sounded very slurpy and all the rest. Why is there a massive lag? I don't know why. On this Liberty Island Before You Die. Really? Is Liberty Island that busy? I just booked a ferry the same day to go across and then went up the Statue of Liberty and then to the thing. But I mean, when I head, it's not during school time. It's off peak, so maybe it's not as busy. I don't know. Alcatraz, yeah, but that would be interesting to walk around. So I walked around. You didn't make that, Joey. So after we dropped you off at the airport in Belfast, me and the captain went to an old prison museum in Belfast. So had a walk around that. And what I was impressed with, which Captain found funny, what I was saying was, I couldn't believe when we walked in, I was like, oh, it looks like a prison. Because I imagined it was a really old prison that had been closed, like Victorian style. Instead, it was very modern. It's what you would see in TV shows with the metal gangways all across the side, different wings. But obviously, it closed down after all the troubles, and I was like, wow, I wasn't expecting it to look modern. I was expecting something to look outdated. Oh, well, being a ginger, it probably is quiet. It probably is. I mean, I can show you on my side, like, this is going to be really weird. if I show you quickly, lift you up, drag you round, try and not get any mirror image element, that is my audio line. And you can see as I'm talking there, it's going up into the... OBS is capturing that into the orange area. I don't want to go into the red. So that is showing that the audio level is at a high level, is decent. I will look at it. I definitely will play it back, and I'll tinker with it before I next go live. But I need to, play it back and see what's going on with it. But yeah, where do I go next? There's a ginger. I mean, I'd love to go Antarctica, but if I'm going to Antarctica, it's going to be obviously via the Falklands and Ascension Islands and all the rest. So that'll be a long ass journey. Antarctica, easier to get to. No, Arctic easier to get to, but there's nothing there. Can't get to the Arctic that easily. I have been Poland, but I've only been Warsaw, which I was there when Obama was there actually. Warsaw, not great, just because obviously the city was bombed out and then rebuilt, and you've got very impressive, communist buildings and all the rest. But I mean, there just wasn't much overall there. And then I've been Krakow, which is an amazing city. But I haven't made the most of the beer out there. That would be great. No, I didn't. I said something completely different to you. I said, I'm not the person that would come around your house and say, let's do a live. There's a difference in that stage, mate. There's a difference. I'm not going to force a live if I come around your house at that stage, yeah. Okay. It is. I think I overstayed my welcome there. I was there quite a few days. I was ahead of schedule. I was travelling around Eastern Europe at that stage. I was making my way to a festival in Austria, funnily enough. And my mate was due to join me in Krakow. So I was in Riga, and then I went to Lithuania, and I made my way through Poland. I just left early where I was because Warsaw wasn't great, and I was looking at the locations, thought I'll just head where I'm going. So I headed to Krakow and spent a lot of time there. And then my mate came, and then we made our way onwards afterwards to sort of Vienna. Yeah, you better not get the wrong end of the stick. I don't want that at all. I'm being honest with you. I'm telling you the truth at that stage, mate. Right, I'm going to open this one. I'm pouring it into the same glass because I'm lazy at this stage. And just so you're aware, I have not taken any pictures of these for Untapped, so it'll just be a picture of the bottle, anyone that's looking at that. So this is 11, which again is another lager because that's what they produce. But this is 11 and the silver, so let's see. Might as well hold up and show properly. It's looking slightly darker on camera than it is. It's actually lighter in person. And what do they say on their website about this one? So the 11. Oh, spot on. It's a silver. The silver lager is a delicious sweeter beer with a delicate bitterness. It's medium body, clean colour, and a fresh, crisp taste explains its popularity. It says it's 4.5 there. That's 4.5. But the 10... Oh, yeah. 10 was 4.2 as well. Alright, I just thought one of these was higher, but that's the 12 that's higher. So, there we go. That's the silver. Is it sweet? I think the other one was sweeter. I mean, it's very similar malt smell, malt profile on this. if I've got the wrong button pressed on this mic. Is this mic set to surround? No, it's set correct to face forward. Oh, terrible. Well, check it in. Let me know what you're drinking. It'll be great to see what you're actually on at this stage. I know you've always got a wealth of beers in your fridge, and then you're going to have quite a wealth of beers from the US soon. I don't know where you're getting your beers from in the US. I can't remember what location you said. That'd be interesting. I should have poured into a new glass, but the fact is it's the same brewery. It's a lager as well. And looking at the website, if I look at their website, it is the same. Well, no, it's not the same malt, because the previous one used caramel and Pilsner. But this is Pilsner malt, but it's the exact same hops. So it is the same beer in my eyes, but just brewed to a slightly different recipe. Yeah, I'm apologising for these not appearing fully on the side, but everyone can see on the side what it is. Oh, I just realised I've not even got it on live chat. I've got top chat. I'm hoping I'm not missing anything. I do apologise if I've not clicked on messages. I'm on one of my German beer box. Surprise, well, hey. I haven't, I'll be honest, I haven't seen Simon's channel in ages. Summer wide gourd. Okay. Well, I'll wait to see what you think. If there's some more still in Sutton area, I might pick up a box. I'll make a judgment call on that. I'll make a judgment call. I'm thinking I'm probably heading into central London, I should say. Sorry, Wednesday or Thursday this week for a few drinks. So if I'm coming back via Sutton, I might be drunk enough to pick up some. You never know at that stage. I might be. I'm going to be honest. This tastes exactly the same as the previous one. I would say it's not as sweet. There's definitely a maltier taste to it. To be fair, there's only one malt on this one, whereas the other one had caramel and Pilsner. This is just Pilsner. It's just Pilsner malt. It just tastes maltier, not as sweet. Yeah. It's decent. Again, just checking the date on it. Again, I've had them 13 months, not the best. So if there was a hop element to it, it'll be completely gone. But because of the hops used, there won't be a hop element on these. There will not be a hop element at all. I can guarantee that. These are meant to be lagers, and that's just an edge to it. I was going to say, any questions on my little European travel? Did anyone have any questions? I know that Luke John is planning something in Europe next year, and he potentially might, up to him, he potentially might try that beer escalator challenge that I'd done, but do it in Europe somewhere. That would be interesting, because, I mean, if he does it in Belgium, wow, I mean, that could get crazy. But for myself, I would like to try that. Potentially Manchester, York, Liverpool. Do I want to do it in Liverpool? Yeah, I'd be interested to try that across a few different locations, just to see how it goes. But the problem is obviously that I am not as aware of the pubs and potential what ones are selling stronger ABVs or lower ABVs compared to how my knowledge of central London is. There is something else I want to record that again I could do in multiple cities, but I need other people to take part in that, and I just need to find time to organise with people to do that. I'm not talking much about it because I like the idea. I don't want to spoil it. So he's not medically. I mean, yeah, they advise him not to drink. He had a little blowout session a few weeks back, but the idea is that this is next year. He's hoping by sort of May time he's able to be drinking. It's just, you know how things are on the NHS. They take time. You pay your money. It's not like insurance in the US where it's mental. I mean, you pay your taxes and you wait in line. We're good at queuing for stuff, aren't we, in this country? I knew you'd say that. I mean, I know Brewdog's always, you can get high ABV, but there's other places that I'd need to find where I know I can go up another level. I think Nottingham I could probably do. I've been there enough times with work and to enough of the pubs I think I know where I could get ABVs going upwards. It'd be interesting to try it without like mainstream lagers, but problem is they are that 4 to 5.5% that you sort of rely upon. I'm gonna ask Monday. How bored are you lot that you're watching me on a Monday? How bored are you all? Wow. I'm boring myself at this stage. I'm looking at time. I said to the missus I'm not going to do... it'll be just this beer after and then that's it. Even though I've got more in the fridge. I've always got more in the fridge. But I'm not the one that's going to dive through the fridge and drink them all. But I potentially will go live tomorrow and sort out audio and a few other bits. And hopefully I'll do some editing and I might be able to give you a sneak peek of the next challenge. No, do you know what? I did think to myself, like, I'm going to be in these countries at early hours of the morning. But I never thought about anything of that. I just didn't, especially as I got recording equipment and stuff on me. I didn't think about it at all. It never really crossed my mind. But it was all fine. Even the areas that were a bit like industrial that I walked through, never had any issues. But I mean, if you're getting buses into sort of city centres, it's not so bad. And then I would say, yeah, I wouldn't say any of them were like I was concerned about people are near me or following or anything at all. It's all decent. 9 times out of 10 I have an impy on. Ooh, that's decent. Oi, oi, look out. Haven't I banned you yet? Teasing. Little O'Brown. Oh, well, you know the bad news, don't you? You know the bad news, don't you? There's no such thing as Lilt anymore. I picked up the Fanta yesterday that was advertised in the bottom corner saying Lilt. So Fanta now it's a flavour of Fanta. Lilt is, and they just have a little logo on there saying Lilt, but that will go over the years. Rome wasn't that difficult. I mean, I could have gone somewhere else in Rome, especially as I had like a 2-3 hour delay, and I should have probably gone elsewhere, but I was just the bar I went to, which was, I know it's like re dot something, it's re something or something re. It's like 2 letters dot 2 letters. It is a decent bar, and for Rome, I think you're going to be hard pressed to find anywhere else that has ale available. They had hand pulled ale on, and that ale was made in Italy. And I mean, they sometimes had, when I went upstairs, they had logo badges from UK breweries, but they had ale on from locally, and that's always impressive. Fine. Same with Paris. the Frog chain. So I went to the British Library, Frog and British Library. The Frog chain has about 8 pubs in Paris, and 4 of them I think are brew pubs, owned by some British people. They've moved to France and they've started brewing out there. Again, ale. You're hard pressed to find like locally made ale in most cities. So those 2 I was really impressed with at that stage. But yeah, Rome wasn't hard to find. It was just annoyed slightly that it was a tap takeover, but I was just too lazy to find somewhere else, so I just went with it. I mean, the tap takeover, the brewery that had the tap takeover, they weren't far away. They were outside Rome though, so I sort of broke my rule of having beer from as local, city as I could. But I mean, in London, I had a beer made by a multinational that was in London, so probably broke my rule straight away. Number 1, yeah, Lilt's gone. I think, yeah, no. Who's ringing the doorbell? Neighbours. Mrs. got it though. 1 cask pub. But is that cask an actual import cask? Because I've been to places where the cask beer, they have cask beer, but it's something like, say, Doom Bar or Tribute, and it's imported in. So I would never quite trust that. It's on the handball imported. I mean, out in Mumbai, I've seen London Pride, but it's the keg version. But I just wouldn't trust a cask beer that's travelled all the way across to there, and then they hand pull it. I mean, a lot of pubs in the UK can't even bloody handle cask properly. Now you're expecting it to travel overseas and then them handle it good? Not too sure on it. But the one in France, in Paris, the Frog, really good. And then the one that I had in Italy was really good. I only had one of them, I had the stronger one in Italy, in Rome. But they had 2 or maybe 3, I think, on cast there. But I was looking at the taps and I was like, there's tons of taps, and I was like, well, I want to try a few of the different styles that this brewery's making, see what they're like. She doesn't exist. She doesn't exist, mate. Just a figment of my imagination. I mean, I could show you the bruises, but they're all fake. No, she's not for going on live at all. I could turn around and go, Steve's seen her. Steve's seen her. He wished her. I'm not going to say it here because he'll just get annoyed. Yeah, Steve's seen her on a video call. He spoke to her, but yeah, maybe if I'm over yours, you'll see her on a video call, and it'll prove that she's not AI or fake or whatever. There you go. What Fosters though? What Fosters? I had in America, they've got is it 3 different Fosters, haven't they? And the red one is the Foster's Ale, which I would say is far superior to sort of the blue Foster's Lager. Foster's Ale, still not amazing, but far superior. I'll take that. I'll take that one over the other Fosters. Ooh. I mean, obviously I'm going to go back to Belgium, but Brussels, no. There's loads of beer cafes there, but I'd probably, in Belgium, go to another city. Budapest had a few more craft beer places, but none that were open that early. And I've been to a few of them. They're in like the Jewish Quarter. They're decent. But I'm going to stick with sort of an answer from previously, Ljubljana. I would like to go out there. There's a few other breweries to try, and I would like to go back out there and properly go into the city, try some of the other beers there. If there's a beer festival on, it's brilliant. Oh, see, that's what's good about it. If the person is actually someone that knows how to, manage the beer then that's good. And if they're doing it themselves, then even better. I like that. You able to drop the name? What are they called? Hey David, am I seeing you Saturday? Is it Saturday? This Saturday? That's how bad my planning is. I think it's this Saturday, isn't it? Yeah, I'd love to go Bruges, definitely. I mean, Bruges to Amsterdam is 2 hours, so it's quite decent to get to. And I think if you look at it, like, you can get out to Amsterdam and then go to Bruges, rather than going, say, all the way around to Brussels and Bruges. But yeah, I've not been Bruges. I would love to go. It's already come up in my sort of planning with the missus. A potential Euro tour in January, February time. You're like, why are you going out during the winter period, Liam? Again, it's just everyone else isn't going, so why not go? It's cheaper. Make the most of it. Yeah. You'd have to message me just so I know. I think I've told my missus it's this weekend. So my dad came the weekend just gone. So I'm glad I didn't tell him to come next weekend. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Although I haven't heard anything on the beers. I haven't been looking. I haven't heard on what beers are on. But yeah, I want to keep an eye on it. Mr. Bloody Wilson. I would say visit Croatia as well. Amazing. Croatia. I recommend Croatia. My mate had gone previously to Zagreb. I enjoyed Zagreb. Most of us have had beers from Croatia. Is it the Garden Brewery they're called? Which they're quite big in getting their beers over to the UK. I've seen them in so many craft beer places. Their cans available in most places. They're an example of like what is available there, but there's so many other breweries out there, and they're not. The important part is they're not just making a style like lager breweries or something like that. They are doing what other breweries are doing all over, UK and US. They're making all the different varieties. They want to try all the different styles and create them. I'm assuming one of his favourite beers is tea then at that stage. An Oktoberfest? I'm not a huge fan of Oktoberfest. Really not. Never been really interested. I've tried like the Oktoberfest Marzens and beers, but never really been into Oktoberfest at all. Most places in the UK are shite anyways, and if you go to like Munich, it's over the top. What I would like to do, because I would like to go to one of those German festivals, is I understand a lot of places do a spring festival, because Oktoberfest is the end of the season, so it's the last of the crops, and then they've brewed supposedly the beer with the best crop that they had in that season. There's a spring version where it's the first of the crop. And I'd be interested in that. The idea, the difference being that a lot of the beers are sweeter because there's supposedly more sugars in the grain at that stage. I definitely would like to try that. It's a bit like over here we're getting the green hop season, aren't we? Where you'll get a lot of green hopped beers because it's the harvesting of the hops. But yeah, I'd definitely like to try the spring version. It's not as busy, not as commercialized. And a lot of the breweries produce special beers for that period, don't they? Yeah, at the bottom there, hoping for vintage. That's the thing. Will Fuller's vintage be on? If it was when it was in June, yes. The question is, have they held back some casks? Because they would have sent those casks to beer festivals. Normally, the first place you can taste it, aside from a few pubs where they normally put it, would be at their LBA festival. They've pushed the LBA back like 3 months. Will they have kept some? I'm really hoping. But they probably won't have the quantity they had before. And normally what I would do is I would try some of the other stuff and then come to the vintage because I know it had loads of it. Now it probably means that the first drink I'm going to have is go to the vintage because they probably won't have much available. Ooh. That's an interesting one. That is an interesting one. I'm assuming, though, so the Camera Isle of Man Festival, I mean, at that stage, Mersey, you could try and tick off every pub on the Isle of Man. You could try it. I mean, that's a boast you could have. I mean, it's not far for you to get to anyways. Just turn around and go, oh, I've done every pub on the Isle of Man. Done. Yes. I have... Yeah, I've been Munich. I've never been Berlin. So, just sort of to give a bit of background, I obviously, when I was doing my Euro trip, I planned stuff ahead and I booked things. I had multiple bookings as well to sort of allow for fail safes. I did not have multiple bookings from Amsterdam. I only had one flight, and that nearly fucked me over massively. To get to where I needed to, there was a long gap in Budapest. Budapest, there was always going to be a gap. There was no sort of way out to anywhere else. There was always going to be a gap, and that was to sort of allow, if I couldn't get from Vienna to Bratislava or Bratislava to Hungary, there was always time, but there was no planning for a fuck up in Amsterdam. I always assumed that western part was going to go well. When it came to sort of like Rome and Prague, I had booked 3 different coaches out to Berlin, what I'm talking about, from Prague, and I made none of them. I booked multiple ones because I knew it was the flexibility of, I may not make that, I'll get the next one, and I wanted to make sure that the coach wasn't sold out, so I booked and never went on any of them. I missed them all, just because delays getting the flight out. Bit annoying, but I had my eyes on a few places there, and then I was going to spend the next day there that I could hit some other places. In the end, got back to my missus early. Oh, does she exist though? That's the question. Boy. I've seen Slurp stuff, but yeah, there's loads of pubs. You can get round them, mate. All you need is a motorbike and someone else to drive it. No, there's loads of pubs there, yeah. And actually, funny enough, there is a higher quantity of pubs selling ale, I think, there than most other places. Most other, I would say, compared to cities, but compared to counties elsewhere, yeah, the concentration of ale pubs is higher. But is it more a holiday destination at times? A lot of people, I mean, they obviously get a lot of tourism with the racing and stuff, don't they? But 5th or 6th, this is when? When did you say? I'm looking back. When did you say it was? Next April. I'm interested already. Yeah, I'm up for that. I'm always up for a beer festival. It's just fitting it into things. Like, I think, is the Nottingham Beer Festival coming up? The one in the, cricket grounds. I swear the Nottingham Camera Beer Festival 2023. When is it? It's the 11th to the 14th. Oh yeah, so it's like a month away still. Tempted by that. Ooh, yeah, alt beer is something. Again, what I'd like to do is go to Cologne and try Kolsch beer. You know, where they serve it in the actual small sizes, so you're getting it fresh every time. That would be interesting. But again, it's very much a beer style for a city. So if you're going there, you could be there 2 days and try Kolsch across different breweries, but otherwise there will be limitations because I don't think you'll find much other variants there because that's what they're known for. Most people sell that. Oh, I don't think she exists. I think she's made. Show me proof. Show me proof. Actually, I'm a bit concerned he'll show like a cousin of mine. And I'm like, oh my god. Thursday, Saturday, Sunday's their takedown drinking session, isn't it? A lot of places don't run. If they run the Sunday, it'll be a Sunday family event festival, isn't it? And it's just whatever's left. But the ones that don't do a Sunday, it's the takedown festival, so the workers will be drinking. If you can get into, like, as a camera volunteer, that would be good. It's like 10 past. Right, I am going to try and wrap this up in 5 minutes. Just because, yeah, I've said to the missus, won't stay on too long. But what I will do is, obviously, check the audio, check the playback and all the rest, and sort it out for tomorrow. I'll probably go live again, same time tomorrow. There's no rugby on, might as well make the most of it. I mean, it is a sort of good period for sport coming up. So we've got the Rugby World Cup right now. Then we've got the Cricket World Cup coming up as well, which I had sort of hoped I would go to Mumbai and catch a game or two, but it's not to be the case at the moment. But it would have been good to go out there and catch a game, but would it? Yeah, probably. With the heat. I'm just in two minds at that stage. Yeah, that's the thing. It's just up the road. So the idea is if you were going clone, you would try to not spend too long there. You'd want to be able to move on. And it's just connections. And I know they've got good connections, but it's a bit like when I was in Amsterdam, you could get an overnight train to Berlin, which is a long distance, an overnight train. But to get to other European cities from Amsterdam, it's a terrible location. It's all flights, really. Apart from, obviously, Brussels and Paris, where I come from. But, yeah, in Germany, going between the cities, that's what's interesting. They have localized styles or breweries that are famous for a certain style, and I like that. I really do like that. So I'm looking forward to that. Yeah, I was in the pub watching it. So I seen obviously the Ukraine game, but I was watching rugby at the same time. 2 screens makes help, but yeah, it was double back to back. I'm sure it did take a hit at that stage. Sorry, so the rest of it wasn't on here. I really need to sort out as well. I think it's just the text size I've got. I just need to change it. There's a brew pub making New England IPAs. Are you sure? You're not making this up now, are you? It sounds like you're lying to me. I know where I go to check this. I go to my favourite website of all websites, Quaffale. And I'm going to zoom into the Isle of Man. We have Odin's Brewhouse. Is that it? Noah Brewhouse or Noah? Radical Brewing. It's going to be that, isn't it? New brewery opened in 2023. Brewery from most of the beers produced is not cask. And on their website, what we do... They do baked goods. Where's their beer? I'm looking at baked goods. I'm not getting beer. What? Yeah, what we do. Their website doesn't list their beer. It lists baked goods, croissants, sourdough. It does say they make beer. Yeah, I believe you. As I said, I've had a look. So they started brewing in Feb. Interesting. Yeah, I won't be in trouble with her. She's still actually working, sadly, upstairs. So after I do this, I'm just going to slowly ease her away from the computer and say, stop working, as best I can. Interesting question then. If they're a bakery... what yeast are they using? Because I'm assuming they're not using the bread yeast. There's no way they can be brewing with that because how it works. But are they using excess bread like companies such as Toast that you get in the UK, where they are buying surplus bread or donated surplus bread, they say, and making beer out of it? So are they doing stuff like that where they've got bread that wasn't sold, sourdough stuff, and then they make it into their beer, add it to their beer as well? But I'd be interested about the yeast element. That would be very interesting. Actually, I say that, and then I've just read an item saying they use leftover sourdough. There we go. What are their beers? So 5 beers: Pecan Nut Brown, Hazy Pale, Coffee Porter, Weird Uncle Nipah. There we go, and a 6am Yuan Reaper. Interesting. I like the idea because if you think about it, with a brewery and a bakery, they've got the ingredients they need for the brewery, don't they? With the bakery, they've got all the excess that they can chuck in. It's a good way of using up what they've got. I like it. I like the idea. Definitely one to look at. It's all over, you say. You say it's all over. It's all over Untapped. It says they've only had 79 bloody check-ins. If it's all over, it's just you. It's just you that's checking in. It says check-ins 1 this month. Is that you? Just 1. 3 people like this brewery. Woody Chandler. And surrounded by a-holes. That's it. It doesn't say who the other person is. Great. Yeah, all over Untapped, mate. All over Untapped. Beautiful. That's what I love. Now I'm looking at Untapped. I'm online. I shouldn't be looking. I'm on a live. I shouldn't be looking at Untapped. Not Slurpee. Yeah, he's all over Untapped. He doesn't know it. There's pictures of him in the background. I've never been the Isle of Man. I've never been the Isle of Man. That's terrible, isn't it? I mean, for you, I know it sounds bad, but like it's easier to get to because you're on the Merseyside. It's easy to get across. I say like most of my time would be going over to Ireland, which would either be ferry based and you're skipping just south, aren't you, of Liverpool to go across to the ferries, or you're flying over. Okay. Collab. But I say on tap, they're not looking busy. They're not looking like they're blowing up at the moment. There's not many check-ins, but I'm definitely ready to go down there and check in at that stage, mate. Yeah, I'm up for it. Let me know if you guys, when you're actually sorting stuff out, where you're going, what you're booking. Keep me up to date on it. I know, yeah, flight's probably the easiest. For me as well, I mean, flight would be easiest, again, just because of where it is. I was just on holiday. Okay. Yeah, no, for me, flight would be easiest, just because you can imagine, like, the train up to Liverpool and then ferry across. I mean, I'd be leaving, for me, obviously, to get up to the station to go northwards, Euston or whatever, it'd be a better part of, like, 12 hours overall to get from my house all the way to there. I mean, not against it. Wouldn't make a video for it, though. 12 hours to the Isle of Man. Oh, yeah. What? How interesting will that be? Not really. Unless I stopped for pubs all the time. But there you go. Right, again, I think I made an issue of just looking at live stuff. I need to look at live. Alright, I am going to call it to a close. It's coming up to 20 past. I've had 2 beers here on a live. Very slow beers. They have been just lagers, unfortunately. And looking at it, I've put the rest in the fridge for the other ones, and I'll have them tomorrow. So it's probably going to be another lager one from Kutnahora tomorrow. But I'm holding them in my hand weirdly and clacking them. I was just looking to see. So tomorrow, what I have is I have the Kuttenhora Gold, which is supposedly their sort of premium lager, 4.9%. Then I have their dry hopped one, but unfortunately, because I've had it a year, I think that's not going to be amazing with the dry hop on it. And then I have their 14. So this is their, it's not even their highest ABV, it is their highest ABV one. This is their premium one at 5.7%. And lager is supposedly cellared for over 2 months. And it's their, I think it's considered their gold version. So that's what I've got. I will definitely catch you Saturday. We need to message and sort out where I'm meeting you, what time, but I'll send you that. Your beer was 10 pie 7.5. You didn't say, what was the pie? You said it, I know it was like molten lava, but what variant of pie was it you got? Was it just like a chicken and leek? But yeah, hopefully catch some of you tomorrow. Not going to make this a regular thing, just for today, tomorrow, Wednesday, and then rugby's on, so I won't bother after that. And then next week, probably not, because I'm up in York, unless I attempt to do a live from there, but I don't think I will. Right, everyone, cheers, enjoy your evening, and I will see you tomorrow. And it was beef. There we go. Beef and ale. Take care, everyone.